What kind of people spend hours working hard every day to help feed hungry kids? I'll tell you what kind of people. My kind of people.
No matter where you live in the world, it seems there are always hungry kids not too far away. But thanks to one woman's dream and the hard work of dedicated and caring volunteers, that's changing real fast here in Grand Rapids. More than 10 years ago, Mary Kay Hoodhood heard a story, saw a need, and knew she had to do something about it.
I'll admit it to you that when I read about what you guys are doing here, I got a little choked up. I mean, it's a simple concept, but to pull it off is a miracle.
It's sad when you start thinking about why we're doing it.
Yeah.
You know, that there's so many people that can't stretch their dollars, that they can't feed their kids properly, and that's what's really heart-wrenching.
How did this whole thing start?
Well, I was working at our local soup kitchen. So I was in the business of feeding people. I know how to feed people. So I had a woman who was volunteering, packing groceries, telling me that when she was done volunteering, she was gonna go over to the school on the west side where the principal had caught a little girl digging through the trash, asked her what she was doing, and she was looking for food. So this gal that was a volunteer was bringing juice boxes over to donate to the school. And at the point that I met her, at 3 schools, they could identify 125 kids that they knew were at high risk of not receiving an evening meal at home.
You're feeding how many kids now?
Close to 5,000.
5,000 kids don't go to bed hungry
Right.
anymore because of you. That's outstanding. I'm getting choked up again. You're
I
gonna make me
I know.
cry.
Well, you know, and the thing about it is, I know that when I go to bed at night, I know I did the right thing. But we're doing a great job and we know it, but there's still schools that we haven't been able to get money to feed them and access to nutritional food.
You know what else amazed me is when we came in here, all the volunteers that come in here and donate their time and work hours, help, you know, packing lunches, making food, because it's the right thing to do. And it's all because of you.
Well, I don't know about that. People always say to me, thank you for everything, you know, and I say, yeah, me and our army of volunteers, I mean, we couldn't do anything without our great people who donate money, donate their time, donate their talent. Couldn't do any of it.
You got the ball rolling, though.
Yeah, because I could not sleep at night knowing that there were kids going to bed hungry.
Bridget Clark Whitney is the executive director here, and she's a big reason why Mary Kay's small idea is making a huge impact in Grand Rapids.
How long have you been with Kids Food Basket?
I've been with Kids Food Basket since September 2002. I was a senior in college. Mary Kay Hoodhood, our founder, she needed an intern. Really, she needed some free labor, and I needed an internship. So it was a perfect match, and we were able to work together that first year to create something that's both sustainable and makes an incredible impact every day.
Well, somebody said, I think I saw this on your website, that poverty is complicated, but feeding children is not.
Right.
And when you feed kids, they do better in school, they excel, it's better for their future, it's better for everybody's future.
Absolutely. You know, when we first started this program, we had no idea how large it would get. But throughout the very first few years, what we learned was the real scope of childhood hunger. And we've grown because the need has grown. In fact, it would have been irresponsible not to grow.
Where do you get all the volunteers that come in here?
We make it very easy to volunteer. Our philosophy here is that everyone wants to make a difference. Everyone wants to change the world, but so many people just don't know how. So at Kids Food Basket, our expertise is in community engagement. We are really good at it. Each and every weekday and weekend day, we have over 175 volunteers who come through our doors or do volunteer work off-site. And they're all taking time, an hour to an hour and a half, sometimes a few hours, to make sure that kids are getting the nutrition that they need for proper brain development. These are kids who may live next door that are simply not getting enough food on a day-to-day basis.
Where does all the food come from?
Yes, that's very important. So about 50 to 60% of our food comes from Feeding America. So if you're not familiar with Feeding America, those are the big food banks that exist around the country. The major food vendors are able to ship all of their food to Feeding America. So this is overstock, things that are close to being outdated, any sort of donations from the major food vendors. Then organizations like Kids Food Basket can purchase there for approximately 16 cents a pound. So we're able to get about 50 to 60% of what we need there. We also have many local food vendors vendors, we have local farmers, and we have many food drives that are happening all over West Michigan for Kids Food Basket.
It's a pretty striking image when we first came in here to see an assembly line of people who just care, who are volunteering to help feed kids. That's pretty impressive.
It's really magic. I mean, it makes a huge impact every day.
And there should be a Kids Food Basket in every town.
There should be, and we're hoping that that's one of our pieces of our vision.
Get to work.
Thank you.
I tell you, being at Kids Food Basket is truly a wonderful experience. You can't help but feel good about what's happening here. And another cool thing is that local students decorate most of the sack dinners that go out to kids in need with personal notes of kindness. So it really is a true community effort. If this doesn't make you feel Michigan proud, I can't think of anything else that would.